I'm having so much trouble pressing these buttons, I swear to God. These gloves, they work, but they don't work as good as actually taking out your hand and pressing it. Like, it's still fucking complicated as shit. I mean, it's not complicated, but it's fucking hard to do. Also, it's just the tips of my fingers that are freezing now. It's not the rest of my hand, it's just the tips of my fingers. Which isn't very odd for me, honestly. I'm not surprised. It's mostly snow out here now, and I'm probably gonna jinx it here. But it's mostly snow. More dog shit. More dog shit. Holy shit, the dog shit. All the dog shit. Going through the woods. I've been watching a lot of ghost stuff lately. And I think it's because I watched Shane and his crew do like a little exploration of the Queen Mary, which is supposedly the haunted ship in like the world. The most haunted ship in the world. And it reminded me a lot of Ghost Adventures because they did an episode on the Queen Mary as well. And that shit was probably one of the best episodes they've made. Alright. I think we have to move to the side here. Oh no, wait, I see it in the distance. We're good. But it made me want to go out and fucking explore again. I really want to go to the Queen Mary sometime in my life. Like, that's on my bucket list for sure. Oh, hey, Squirrely. Because I am so deep into the paranormal stuff. I know for a fact that ghosts exist. I know that for a fact. Because I know there's something that's attached to me, and it's been attached to me for years and years. It was angry when my mom kicked me out of the house. But now it left, and it's back to me. You know, just that feeling of being watched and stuff. I'm always there. Like, that's always... I've gotten used to the feeling now, but I know there's someone behind me. It follows me around. I can't give a name to it, but I've seen it in my dreams. I can't say it because it's mostly a girl is what I see in my dreams, but sometimes it's a guy too. Maybe there's more than one, maybe it's a demon, I don't fucking know. I don't know its name, and if it's ever told me my name, I always forget it. I never remember my dreams. Like, any dream I have, I never seem to be able to remember it. So this is the abandoned campsite here. Of course it's empty, you know, the pile of old wood over there. This tree is dead, and if I walk over to the other side here, just gotta walk over this fallen piece down here. Walk over to the other side. It's all burnt up this side. And we walk in here. Just a pile of old burnt metal, burnt wood, charred. Everything in this little area is charred. Yeah. And I think it might, you know, the attachments I get might be from the fact that I explore places like this, where there's stuff that's happened. I've been to abandoned places. I've been to burnt down houses. You know, I've been to places where people have jumped off a cliff and committed suicide, driven cars off. Like, you know, I've been to all these places. You know, you've got to have at least, I've got to have at least one attachment from the places I've been to, right? I've been to Cape Spencer, and I'm not sure if someone just was kind of like, hey, let me drive this car off a cliff and jump out right after, and they actually did it, or they went with the car and they killed themselves. But you go to the bottom of that cliff, and there's an old trashed up rusty car frame, and there's another one that's like a semi truck that's down there as well. And it just makes you wonder, right? It really does make you wonder. I hear things at night. I hear my name being called. You know, there's so much stuff that happens that I can't explain. Sometimes it gives me a good feeling, sometimes it gives me a bad one. And I know there was one specific night that I can remember that I was driving, me and my friend were driving down the Kingston Peninsula. It was an old back road, and you could see St. John from the other side of the river, or Grand Bay, I guess it was. Wow. That is cool. That is really cool. It's like walking on a transparent bridge. But yeah, it was like it was, you could see Grand Bay from the other side of the St. John River. And Brandon mentioned that he saw this light that was floating pretty much on the other side of the river over Grand Bay. And it seemed to have been following us. And so I tried to look for it, and I'm like, where the hell is it? Like, what are you seeing? I can't see anything. So I pulled over to see if I can look for it. And right when I pulled over, poof, disappeared. We look over to the other side of the road from where we are. It's an abandoned house. We don't know the history of that house. We don't know what happened in it or why it's abandoned. But that's where we stopped. We stopped, right when we stopped, that orb disappeared. And and it was the exact same area where this abandoned house was. To me, that doesn't seem like a coincidence. To other people, it probably could be. But I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting to me. And some of these things I really don't think are mere coincidences. Coincidences, stuff like that. But like I really don't think those are coincidences. That's just sin right there. That ice is right thin. Look at that. Shit, dude. Yeah, I don't trust myself walking over there. walk over this way. But yeah, like, it's just things like those I don't really think are coincidences. It's a plane. Hello. Hi. Wave to the camera. It's a quiet plane. That plane's really fucking soft. Yeah, there are a lot of things that I don't think are mere coincidences. Oh, my throat. Trying to figure out how thick the ice is over here just so I don't fall through. This is a lake, by the way. It is, I think it's the St. John Res drinking water reservoir. Maybe, I can't remember. Something like that. Yeah, there's some crackling going on over there, and I don't want any of that. Nope. I don't want none of that. No, thank you. I kind of want to see what's on the other side over here, though. And there's this ghost story that my mom likes to tell me, and that I really thought was pretty cool. And it's what I think is probably what I saw that was following me around, right? But it was a man when I first saw it. It was, I was probably like maybe 1 or 2, maybe not even. No, because I was able to speak at the time. I was really young, and I was being fed by my mom. My dad was out working, and there was only her car in the driveway. So how my mom had me set up in the high chair or whatever is I was facing towards the door, and she was facing away. Well, what she said that I apparently told her is that I pointed over and I was like, there's a man. And she turned around, there's nothing. Whoop. There was one time in my life where I had such a bad fever, I began having night terrors. And if anyone has had a night terror, you know that they're fucking terrifying. And having some of those when you're like 2 or 3, it would really fucking freak you out. What a night terror is, essentially, it's like a dream, but you're still awake. They're technically hallucinations, is what they are. It's so surreal, looking at all this stuff and just thinking there used to be water running up and in between these rocks and on the shore, and it's all frozen over. Like, look at that, you can see through the ice. I mean, the camera probably can't, but this is as clear as glass right here. Think if there wasn't so many bubbles rising up through the cracks, you'd probably be able to see the bottom. And probably some fish swimming through there. And it's thick. It's really thick. Like, you can see the bubbles frozen all the way down. I forgot what I was going to say now. But yeah, shit like that. Like, I've shit like that. That's what I mean. Shit like that. I was talking about shit like that. But it's just, I've had so many paranormal experiences throughout my life. Right? It's just, some bird was not having a good time. Holy shit. Drips of poop everywhere. There's a poop. There's a poop. There's a poop. And there's a poop. And there's a poop. But I've had lots of otherworldly, ghostly experiences. Which I mean, is probably why I'm okay with it now, because I've grown up with that kind of stuff, right? It's probably why I want to go and explore that kind of stuff, is because I'm okay with it, and I want to find out more about it. You know, we all want answers about what's unknown to us, and the paranormal is definitely one of those things that not a huge amount of people know the answers to. Not a lot of people will know the answers to any of those questions. I want to be one of those people who can answer those questions. Because I've dealt with so much of it. I've grown up with that. I've seen, you know, from shadow people to full-blown figures. Night terrors, that's what I was talking about. I believe some of those night terrors, I've witnessed a few apparitions that kind of describe what's attached to me. And they've been attached to me since I was a kid. I remember seeing, they were both shadow people, a man and a woman. I mean, that shit's like burned into my brain. Like, all of the night terrors I've had, it's like stuck in my head. It was, and I don't remember a whole lot of stuff from my childhood. Like, except for the very, like, high, things that are very special or important to me. Should I really be down this way? I think I'm fine. I just want to be careful, because this place was kind of thin the last place I saw. Yeah, over there. Just want to be careful. I'm gonna get a wide kind of berth around this place here, because that's water. That's not frozen. I'm just gonna I'm gonna give it a wide berth. I'm gonna go all the way around. I'm gonna flank it. Ain't no ice gonna get me. I'm keeping my feet on the ice so I can feel around for any fragile spots. But I mean, yeah, there's lots of stuff that I've experienced that I think are legitimate. and that have actually happened. I mean, of course, night terrors are meant to be like hallucinations and shit, but man, you could skate on this. Look how smooth this is. Whoa, dude. That's so cool. Man, I love winter. It's fucking cold as shit, but I love winter. Oh, man. Yeah. I definitely have an attachment for sure. There are so many places I want to go, so many things I want to do, so many places I want to investigate. It's dark. I can't see. I can't see where I am. I can't see the time actually.